Okay, turn around where I can see me. Okay, now you can see this gap. I need to eliminate that. So I'm going to take my pine straw and make sure I make a good bed of it both on the inside and the outside to seal up that. And then right down the middle, because I want my feet facing towards the fire. There's another little baby. Needs to come out of there. There we go. Now, I'm going to be able to lay this way in here. I want the heat reflected down to me. I want my feet toward the fire because my feet's going to be the first thing that gets cold. So I want that heat in my long fire right there reflecting inwards. I'll get heat coming off of this, keep my head warm. Now I may, depending on the night, angle a little bit. Get more on the length of the body. But predominantly I'm going to be straight. Feet toward the fire more than my head. So if I do it this way, and my feet back that way, my head will be warm and my feet will be cold all night. Little tips and tricks you learn over the days. Alright, let me get this fully stocked. And we'll go into the next one. Okay, now we got our air gap sealed up pretty much. We've got our bed of pine straw in here that we've got on, compressed. I'm still digging the last sticks out. And we've made a bed. And this bed is about that deep. Remember what I said in my video, hand deep at least. Well, this is at least that plus more deep. While, whew, y'all gotta forgive me, I got a little scared a few minutes ago. I was kicking up a pile over there. And I got a big armload of pine straw and I scooped it up and I got it right here. And I'd taken 2 or 3 steps with it and this copperhead came out of it. Now, it's already been below 30 degrees, 32 degrees here. And the last week we've had several days of cold temps where the days warmed up to the 50s and the nights have dropped down into the low 30s. So the snakes should be dormant now and should have gone to their den. However, not everybody got the press release, I guess. He was about 18, 20 inches long, and I just froze, you know. And you're going, please, dear God, don't go down my shirt. And he crawls around to the end, and I leaned forward, and he fell off on the ground and went back under that log over there. He can have it. Everybody's afraid of something. And Blackie's does not love snakes. I think they're a beautiful animal. I don't go out of my way to harm them. I think they're a very important part of the ecosystem. But I don't want one for a pet either. Well, I don't want a Siberian tiger for a pet either, but you get my point. So, whew. Yes, Mr. Cardiologist, you said get exercise. Blackie's getting exercise. I got my heart rate above 100 for that, I guarantee you. So now, we got our bed established. We've got our shelter established. It's facing in the correct direction. And what was the correct direction? Well, I told you I always carry a compass. And remember, as we said in my staying warm video, that the dominant wind in my area is going to be coming north-northwest during the winter. Excuse me, and the weather that we're looking at right now is exactly the same thing. So I have faced my shelter. My shelter is facing right now northeast. So therefore, the sun is going to run along the back of it. The wind will be out of that direction or that direction. It will not be against it. Now, why did I pick that direction? I want the smoke to go that way. Had I faced my shelter south, and put the wind coming from the back, it'd cause a suction, and the smoke of my fire would have just come in here, and it smoked me out. But by putting it at an angle to the wind, kind of like tacking a sail on a ship, on a sailboat, I'm going to get the heat, and the smoke's going to go that way. Little tricks make your life so much better. Alright, now we have managed to get the shelter set up. It's probably about time to get a fire going, and we're going to do, set the camera back up into the tent to hopefully the wind won't be so bad. And something I've been meaning to bring up and I hadn't had an opportunity. Now, you've seen me using this German Alpine pack for several years now. And like I said, I really love it. And I added a flap into my other ones. Well, I've added one into this, but I decided to go one step further. I used orange. Now, by doing this, remember, like Dave Canterbury says, one is none, two is one. I wanted the pouch because this pack really benefits from this quick grab pouch up here. And I put the zipper up here so that I can, with the pack open, grab whatever it is I'm after. I use big brass zippers, so it's a yanking type thing. I ain't got to worry about it jamming up. The other thing is, by going to this fluorescent orange, my pack now can serve as an emergency beacon or an emergency signaling device. If I'm hurt, I should be able to unflap the pack and do that, at least to be seen at long range. A little extra. Now, of course, I carry orange bandana, I carry several things, but it gives me several different things to be able to be seen out here if I'm trying to be found. And so, that's just something I wanted to share with you right quick. My cook kit. And I've got my canteen up on top. And I'm not going to build my big fire yet. I think I'm just going to do some hot chocolate real quick because I want to go scout. I come out to the woods to enjoy myself and to cleanse my soul a little bit. And so I don't want to build a big fire because I got to tend it. And I don't want to waste my available firewood. So tonight, about an hour before dark, right through here, I will kick out and lay my big fire pit. Now right now up here I've kicked out a temporary fire pit because we've got some wind right now, and as you've noticed there's a bunch of dry pine straw. So I do not want to cause a fire. So I've made a 6-foot circle of open area of bare dirt, and I'm going to make a very small fire. And from that I'm going to heat me up some hot chocolate. Now, brought my kukska, and I've got my bush pot, my spoon, and my hot chocolate. So we've got a snack. Sugar and the caffeine will boost me up. I don't open up that big pot yet. I'll use it later on if I score some small game and I want to cook it or boil it or whatever. And I've seen plenty of wood sorrel, plenty of greenbrier, and plenty of other pot herbs out here that I can harvest to make kind of like a stew if I get some meat to go with it. But for right now, we're just going to go easy. So, let me get the fire going. I'll readjust the camera, and we'll do some hot chocolate and talk a minute. pine cones burn really hot, really fast. But they make a bed of coals pretty quick too. Take my old canteen stove, slide it on. Add a dash of water. Clean the pot good. Put the required amount in. Put the lid on. Insert into fire. Push down pine cones. Instant bed of coals. Just add another pine cone as you need it. And stay out of the smoke.